Well, I think they had, you got to give USC credit. I think their front, where they're a little bit young, those guys are pretty good players, and I think they came out with the mindset that they were going to do what they could to take Jamar away and take away our run game. I felt like we got it going a little bit there in the second half, but they did a lot of things to kind of take it away, and we had to make some adjustments. But in the end, I think there were some mistakes that we made early, and some things we could have done a little bit differently to get it going sooner in the game and take a little bit of pressure off our pass game.
That one series, though, you really got it going.
Yeah, second half they started. We'd had some success with the pass, and they started playing some shell defense and some things to kind of take away the perimeter throws, and it opened up some things in the run game like that, and we got a little tempo going, and Jamar got a little bit of a rhythm, and that was good to see.
What was it like to have a quarterback begin and finish a game for the first time this season?
Any continuity, anytime you get the continuity there, and I thought Jake did a lot of nice things and did a nice job of preparing last week, so it was good to see him go out and execute, especially early, I felt like.
Brian, Coach Smith kind of talked about this yesterday, but he said maybe there could be, that defined role for Jack Palo Alto going forward with the way that, he's been able to run and kind of find the end zone. What have you seen from him, and is that backup quarterback spot kind of up for grabs right now?
Jack, I think Jack always, I really like the way that Jack prepares and practices, whether he's a starter or he's the third string guy going into the week. I mean, it doesn't change the way he practices. I always give Jack a lot of credit on that, and I think it's really tough to come in cold off the bench in some critical situations, and for 2 weeks in a row we've asked him to kind of go in there and do some things in the run game to help us, and I thought he made good decisions with it, and he's a strong physical guy that's tough to bring down. So I think that we kind of look, and it's per week, what we think, and for certain situations if we can get him in there, and last week Connor was fully healthy and he was the backup had Jake gone down, but that's something that we look at week to week and evaluate how guys are practicing during the week.
You added a wrinkle to that where you did hand off to Artavis on one of the plays. Is this something where, as you keep doing this, you'll add a few more, and then that's going to really expand that position for Jack a little bit? Or?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it's one thing when you got to do some different things and just run him every time when you put him in there. And so I think we gave him a read option on that one, and he's a quarterback too, so he also has the ability to throw the ball in situations. But we have full confidence in Jack going in there in those situations, and I think it's something, like I said, it's kind of a week-by-week basis, and whatever the defense has given us.
Yeah. Were you a little disappointed Isaiah Hodginson's score with how open he was on that play?
Yeah, the guys were giving him a little bit of hard time on that thing, but he ran a nice route to get open. Would have loved to have seen him finish it, but we ended up finishing the drive. But I thought Isaiah did a lot of good things.
And he was able to string together back-to-back good games now, kind of with Jake at quarterback. Just continued on that chemistry. What have you seen from those two? And as Isaiah Hodgins kind of hit his ceiling as to what he can do here.
Yeah, I think Isaiah is a really talented player, and I think him and Jake, even since fall camp, we really noticed that those guys just have that kind of chemistry, and you can just see him have a little bit of added confidence, I guess, when he gets in there with Jake. And it's been good to see the last 2 weeks to get him going, and really the whole receiver core going.
What is your approach to the first drive of the game? Do you script plays?
Yeah.
Because in Pac-12 it's been a problem.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously we haven't had the success. Last game we got the first down, and then we got to 2nd and 1, and we couldn't get it going 2nd and 1 or 3rd and 1 at it. But yes, we do. We script the openers, and we usually script the plays that we feel best about. So I know it's something that we're looking at as coaches, and we've been really harping on. Hey, it starts in practice, and right from the beginning of practice, we got to practice at a faster pace. With more urgency, and hopefully that just carries over to the game. But I mean, I've been scripting, the openers and doing it for a lot of years like that, and I don't know if that's
some of it is
issue.
Field position though too, isn't it? Like I looked at it, and I think your average field position in the first quarter has been the 20-yard line. I mean, that's kind of hard to do something with.
I don't know. I mean, usually you're starting 25, or it's the opening series of the game, and the bottom line is we got to execute better. And I think like I said, I think it starts in practice with us practicing with more urgency, starting earlier in practice, and we've just got to get clicking earlier in the game, give ourselves a better chance in the first half.
Last season, the Stanford game here was an emotional loss, a tough loss, so much going on, and I think some of the players who are back won't forget that game very soon. Have you guys talked about it? Did you watch tape of it? Have the players chatted it up at all?
I remember watching it a little bit on TV. I haven't heard much. I'm sure the players that were involved with it are, I feel like that was just a year ago, and really none of us, the coaches, were here to experience that. But I'm sure it's, the players who experienced it. I'm sure that they, you're thinking about that and a little bit. But it was a frustrating game, I know, for the Oregon State side to watch that, from afar last year.
What about the Stanford defense? What's your take on that group?
Well, I have the greatest amount of respect for Lance Anderson, and have called a lot of games against him and the job that they do. I mean, I think they're always a really sound defense. I always think they do a really good job against the run, stopping the run, and they want to make the game physical. And so, like I said, every week in the Pac-12, you're going to have your hands full, and we got to have a great week of practice and come out and get going right from the beginning of the game.
Noah he had a touchdown catch, and he looked like he had a few more targets. Are you adding a little bit more into the game? Did you add a little bit more into the game plan last week for him, as far as
there's some things I think where we're trying to get him. Really, the ones that we thought we were going to get him the ball, he didn't end up, and the ball ended up going to other places. And I just think so much of it is what the defense gives you. But we're trying to get him involved, because I think he's a really talented player, and I feel like he's getting more healthy as the season goes on. But it'd be nice to see him catch some passes. It was good to see him get that touchdown and get going. He caught another one in the 2-minute drive. But I think we'd love to get him more involved.
Coach, thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks.
it.
Yeah.